Hello everyone. Today we are going to understand the difference between international company, global company, and transnational company. So let's get started. Okay. So the term international, global, and transnational companies are used to describe different scopes and strategy of business operating in multiple countries. Okay. So these are categories or classification used to describe companies based on how they conduct business internationally. So in this lecture, we will understand how these three types of companies actually conduct their business internationally. Okay. So let's start with international companies. So these are companies that have their home base in one country but operate in other countries. So basically, this type of company has their what we call the headquarter in home country, and through their headquarters, so that headquarters they operate in different countries, right? Typically, international companies maintain a strong central headquarter and often adapt their product or services to each market. For example, let's take an example. McDonald's is an international company. While it is based in the US, it operates in numerous countries around the world, often adjusting its menu to local tastes. Fine. So they have very localized, customized menu. Okay. Menu in India will be different, menu in USA will be different, right? But the headquarter is in USA only. Through their headquarter, they operate internationally. Let's understand about global companies. Global companies operate in multiple countries but are characterized by a more standardized approach. Okay, standardized approach means their product does not change based on the different countries. Okay, country wise, they do not change their product. Their product remain standardized, right? They offer the same product or services across all market with minimal adaptation, focusing on achieving economies of scale and cost efficiency, right? A classic example is Coca-Cola, which offer essentially the same product worldwide, right? So Coca-Cola's all the products are same, okay, worldwide. So that's an example of global companies. Let's talk about now transnational companies, right? These companies operate in multiple countries, but do so in a way that is more integrated than international company. They combine global reach with local responsiveness. Transnational company, you can say that it's a combination of both international and global company, right? They often have multiple regional headquarters and strive to balance local adaptation with global efficiency, right? Let's take an example. So Nestle is an example of transnational companies. It operates in numerous countries and adapts to local markets, right? Through product variations, right? And product marketing strategies while maintaining a coherent global brand and operation efficiency, right? So they maintain a balance between global brand and operation efficiency, right? That is there. Now, in summary, while all these type of companies operate across border, they differ in their operation strategies, right? Degree of localization versus standardization, and organization structures, right? So that is there. They operate worldwide, but their product, whether their product is localized or standardized, there the different occurs, and organization structure, how the organization structure is, right? So we'll understand about these three things. You can say that you can differentiate these three company based upon these three points, right? Operation strategy, how different types of these companies operation do the operations in different countries, whether their product is localized or standardized, right? How are the organization structures, right? Based on these three factors, you can distinguish between these three types of companies, right? So let's understand. Let's talk about international companies first. So if we talk about its operational strategies, focus on exporting products from the home country, right? Establishing foreign subsidiaries or engaging in licensing or franchising in foreign markets. That is there. Degree of localization versus standardization tend to have a higher degree of localization. They change their product, right, based upon the needs and wants of the that particular country, right? I gave you the example of MACD. MACD menu is different in different countries, right? Product or services may be significantly adapted to meet the needs and preference of each local market, right? Organization structures, if you talk about, typically centralized with strategic decision made at the headquarters and implemented in foreign markets, right? So that is there. For example, already example we have discussed, McDonald's, while based in the US, operates in various countries with menus adapted to local tastes. That is Mac Aloo Tikki in India, right? And teriyaki burger in Japan, right? different menus for different countries. Let's talk about global companies now. So operational strategy focus on offering standardized product across all markets, right? Emphasis on economies of scale and cost efficiency. So their product is standardized, right? So they make same product for each market, right? Degree of localization or standardization, high degree of standardization, like I've just discussed, with little product adaptation for local markets. They maintain a consistent brand and product offering worldwide. That is there. Now let's talk about organization structures. Centralized decision making with the subsidiaries primarily acting as a channel for distribution of the standardized product. So they have a centralized decision making, right? The, there are two terms that we need to understand here: centralized and decentralized. Centralized means the power remains with the single entity, right? Or some people. Decentralized means you are distributing the power among people, right? So in global companies, it's standardized decision making process. Example, Coca-Cola serves essentially the same product worldwide with only minor variation in some markets. We have already discussed the example. Now let's talk about transnational companies. If we talk about their operational strategies, combine element of global and international strategy. They maintain efficiency in global operations while being responsive to local markets. So in the definition, I told you that transnational companies are combination of both international as well as global companies, right? Degree of localization was standardization. Strive for a balance between localization and standardization. They adapt product and marketing strategy to local markets while maintaining some level of global integration. So they try to maintain the balance, standardized as well as localized, right? Organization structure more complex and integrated than international or global companies. They often operates with multiple regional headquarters and a network structure that allow for a mix of centralized and decentralized decision making. Depends upon the culture, depends upon the countries, right? They can have centralized in one country. On the other hand, they might have a decentralized structure in another country, right? Example, Nestle operates with a global brand identity but adapts its product to local market like different chocolates flavors, catering to regional taste or nutritional product tailored to local health need. Right now, to revise the concept, I have some MCQ questions. Right, so I want you to read the question, pause the screen, and try to answer the question. So I hope that you have actually read the question and you have selected your option. So let's understand the question now. What is the key characteristics of a transitional company? Centralized decision making, standardized product worldwide, balance between global efficiency and local responsiveness, focus on exporting product. So what is the right answer? The right answer is C. Right? I told you in the definition that in transitional company, it tries to balance between both of the in both of, like, it takes the characteristics of both international as well as global company. So balance between global efficiency and the local responsiveness. Which of the following is a typically feature of an international company? Pause the screen and give the right answer. So I hope you have chosen the option. So which of the following is typically a feature of an international company? So first option is global brand presence, right? Localized product adaptation, decentralized management, or D, uniform marketing strategy. The right answer is B, localized product adaptation. That is there, right? So let's take an example of one more question. Sorry, what distinguishes a transnational company from a global company, right? Transnational companies have no centralized headquarters. Transnational companies balance global and local strategies, right? Global companies adapt product to local market. Or D, global companies do not operate in a multiple country. So I hope you have paused the screen and chosen the option. So the right option is B. Transnational companies balance global and local strategies. So I've told you that it is a mix of both international as well as global company. International make localized product. On the other hand, global companies, they make standardized product. In international companies, we have taken the example of MACD, and for global companies, we have taken the example of Coca-Cola, right? So I hope you have understood the concept, and you have understood the difference between international company, global company, and transnational company. So that's all for my side.